Rick, we love you, brother, but we're not letting good whiskey go to waste here. Okay, Rick, I know I'm not quite you, but Mike's gonna now make the new track bar. He's gonna glue gun in the ends. We're not gonna drill it this time and bung weld it, just weld around the circumference. Mike's gonna work his way around these, tacking at each 90 degrees. This should be good. What we've done over here is we got the front end aligned. We took the measurement. So the new bar will go in and then we can fine tune it. Okay, so this is all welded up nice and cooled off. So next we'll put this on and adjust it to the proper length. Okay, with the truss here, we wanted to use this bottom bolt, so we had to grind away at the truss here to get access to that bottom bolt. Tough to see, but we made it. It'll go now. Mike's working on some bushings for the ram back in here, but we're just kind of dry fitting it now, seeing where the lines may run up through back here and then connect up to here. So we're getting there, slow but sure. It's very time consuming to do it right. Yeah. Mike made up some nice spacers for in here. You can see it in here. So it's going to fit tight. And we had a lot of work to do on the back to fit the nut, but it's going to work out just fine.
21 minutes.
Oh, good. Put some toppings on it for us?
Now we're fiddling with clamping the clamp to the tie rod.
Yeah, throw some on there.
Do some dry checking. See what kind of clearance we have with the diff cover.
That's why I came down.
Yeah. So you put it on for 400. The oven warmed up.
So it looks like it's going to be okay.
You just threw the pizza, unwrapped it. You did take the plastic off the pizza, right?
Well, yeah.
Mike's done a
Put it
great
right on
job
the tray.
making
Right on
some
the rack.
spacers. And now we're going to see how this looks.
Okay. All right, let's cycle that and see what happens.
Which way you want to go first?
Yeah, go that way.
Okay, we're going to cycle this out.
I can.
I'm at the end. How's it look? Just touching?
Just touching, I mean barely.
Okay.
Go ahead, turn it the other way.
Nope, hold on, I want to rotate this collar.
Okay, Mike's rotating the collar. See if we can create a little space between the diff cover and the clamp.
It might rub a little bit, but it'll self-clearance.
I believe in that.
Is that wrong to say that?
Yeah, a little self-clearance. I've heard of that.
Okay, go the other way, Kyle.
Cycle this back.
Yeah,
Looks good. Where's the stop? We're out right on the stop. Right, Mike?
yeah. I think what we should do is
Still working on making sure this isn't really binding at all and fitting correctly. Again, dry setup. We got the master on this thing, the doctor. So I'm sure we'll get it right. It's gonna be close. There's not a lot of room.
all right, so what we did here is did not take a video post welding and assembly. but you can see how this came out. We welded this hours ago. No plug welds, no rosette welds. I talked to TMR. Because these bushings are so thin with the threads on them, I think what happened was the plug welds distorted the thread. So we welded these, both ends, let it cool 100%, came back to it. We were doing other things. We came back to it a while later. Duane was able to screw the rod ends in by hand. We anti-seized the threads. It's a 7/8 thread. And we adjusted the track bar to center the body. And that was it. So it required no tap to clean the threads out. Had I put the plug weld in, I'm sure I would have had to run a tap through there just to straighten out the threads. But other than that, the angles look good. Track bar, drag link, running at the same angle. And I think it's gonna flex really well. So we're gonna get it back together. We're just plumbing the lines for the hydraulic ram right now. We'll get that all situated. We'll test it, we'll fill it with fluid, and we'll take it out on the rock pile and see what it does. Okay, Cooter here with just a little shop tech video in case anybody is curious. The system that I use on Growler, and it's nice, there's an Allen wrench here for my grinder. And Duane is using with his PSC setup, uses field attachable high pressure hose ends. So I took one apart here. This is what you'll get. This is number 6 Aeroquip hose. This is a braided hose. I don't know if you could see it. There's a stainless braid in there. It's made of like 3 or 4 layers. And then it has this cloth outer covering. So the way these work is there's a left-hand thread. You can kind of see it right there in this outer piece. And you can see this had an end on it. We took it off because I needed to use the straight end. And what would happen is you would screw this on here, and I'm not going to do it because you really need 2 hands to do this. It's started. This will screw on the hose all the way back to there. And then what you'll do is, if you notice, this has a taper in it, in a wedge. I'll put some motor oil out of the squirt can. Anybody wants to support Cooter's Garage, we can use a new oil can. This one's been beat up a few times. I'll put some oil in here in the hose, and then this will be on there, obviously. This will thread in, and as it goes into the hose, you can see I could just get it started in there. When this screws into that, it'll expand and lock the hose onto here. Now, what I always like to try to do, if we can, is leave one end of the system with a straight end on it. That makes clocking the hose effortless, meaning if you end up with your 90 here and you need the other one here, you don't have to rotate this fitting. You can back these off. I believe there's a spec. I want to say it's like 60 thousandths where you can, normally you'll run these all the way in flush. You can see how this one is. It's flush with the end of the inner ferrule. You can back this off, so there's a little tiny gap in there. I'm exaggerating here, but you can get the idea. So if you stopped here, but you needed the fitting this way, you could do that. By running one end straight, you eliminate the need to clock anything. It'll self-clock. You'll basically put your 90 or your angle on and snug it up. Let the hose will untwist itself. It'll lay in there the way you want it, and then the straight end just goes on. So if you can do your system with one straight end, that's great. Let's go over here and see what the master Duane is putting together here.
Trying to finish this up. Right
Wow,
here.
he's getting his sway bars back on.
Wrenches for that.
Do we have a light over here?
I just behind you, Mike, right on that quad.
Got it. All right. All right, so here's our hose routing. So he's got his PSC ported box in there. I'm trying not to blind you with the light. There's 2 fittings. You can kind of, oh, there you go. Now you can see them. All right.
Mike is making some fine-tune adjustments.
With a fine-tuning tool.
Fine-tuning tool. He's getting a little pushy in his old age here. I'm not sure what that is. We're getting there, buddy. It's taking time, but we're getting there. We're gonna do the steering stops now since they're all bent to crap.
Heads of those bolts, Colin, are a little beat up.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
You want me to do the adjustable or?
Yeah, it's gonna be a 3/4 inch wrench.
Trying to do the steering stops. Mike had weld a nut onto the stop. It broke off on us, so we're working hard.
Regular, not gear wrench?
Yeah, snap-on wrench.
Alright.
We're getting there.
Still glowing red. Hammer. Oh, there you go. No, it's just snapping it.
Is it?
Yeah. Maybe.
I thought it was all turning.
Thought I saw the weld just breaking, but. Oh, you know what?
It's turning.
Is it?
Yeah, the inner nut's coming out.
There we go. Put a new nut in there.
I think that one was more bent.
Hi, I'm Cooter. This is my oil can. Both of us have a few miles on us and are a little beat up, but I'll be okay. However, oil can, not so okay. It's on life support. Anybody likes the channel, anybody likes the videos that Rick produces, maybe send Cooters an oil can. Thank you. All right. So Colin's under the hood. Duane's inside. Giving it some final fluid checks, tightening the fittings. Good thing is we don't have any leaks. And we're going to get this thing off the lift and take it out back and give it a whirl. Takes a little effort to bleed the air out of it. I mean, it's self-bleeding. It just takes some time. Cycling the wheels back and forth. Letting all the air bubbles come out of the reservoir. So far, Colin's put a quart of fluid in. And we did lose a bunch when we took the caps off. But we didn't try to collect it and save it. It's not worth it. Putting dirty fluid back in, so. Refilling it and we'll get her good to go. We'll put it up in the air one last time, check for any leaks. Give you one final shot of the underneath and then we'll take it outside and give it a whirl. All right, here we go. Proving grounds.
Go right up onto the rock, right?
Wherever you want to go. Oh, the mud pit, it looks like it's flooded. How's it feel? I didn't see any leaks. Everything looks good.
That's what we hope for, huh?
Yep. Wow, we got some water out here. Hold up, hold up. I'll tell you what, everything is tight on these TJ front ends, boy. Have them turn left, would you? Is that all the way? All right, back to the right.
Back right.
Yeah. Okay. Back left.
Yeah.
Sway bar still hits right up here. On the, right in here. There's no clearance.
It's not hidden.
It's not, you got a little clearance? I don't want to get my
Barely.
finger pinched in there. It needs a little bend out is what it needs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's barely. Or not barely. Barely. Yeah.
There you go.
I can't hear what you're saying.
I didn't either.
He can go left up there and turn right.
Yeah, Colin says you can get up here and maybe turn around or...
Yeah. Take them through.
Oh, yeah. Here, hold on. Let me get it. We'll wreck your...
You can swing around up in here and back up. There's plenty of room in the back.
A little flex out here. One more close-in shot. You can see everything's very tight in there. So far, so good. Everything fits. This, of course, the drag link has got a bend to it. We use the lower hole out of the 4-hole TMR track bar mount. And so far, everything clears. We got plenty of room around this fitting. Okay.
Put his tire up on that big rock.
Oh, yeah. Colin goes up that with his quad all the time.
This?
Ren's been up it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Front locker. All right, hold up there.
Yeah, right there.
Just want to check clearances this way now.
It's about the same, actually.
Yeah.
Well, look at the back. Look at the back end.
I mean, he's tight. He's all the way into his bump stop.
Look at the back.
We're tight, but we're not hitting.
Look at the back. Rear end. Really tight. It's really tucked up in
Duane, can you steer a little bit? It's the thing I don't like about that bent tie rod, how it jumps around. Go, passenger. All right.
Look at the back there. See how that tire really sits up in there. Really just
Stuffed right up in there.
flexes right up in.
All right, this is the Cooters Proving Grounds, top secret location. Come out here to field test all our modifications.
Okay, come on, Mike.
Rick, we love you, brother, but we're not letting good whiskey go to waste here.